The lunchroom was louder than usual that afternoon, filled with the clatter of trays, the shouts of kids trying to be heard over one another, and the hum of teachers pretending they weren't exhausted. Ethan Walker, former soldier and now a single dad working double shifts as a security guard at the school, scanned the room from his post by the doors. His eyes were trained to catch disruptions before they truly began. Old habits never left a man like him. His daughter, Lily, sat with her small group of friends across the room, swinging her legs under the bench like she always did when she was happy. He loved seeing that. In a world that had taken so much from him, Lily's smile was one thing it couldn't steal. But another table grabbed his attention. A girl, tiny, shoulders curled inward, hands protectively pressed against her lunch tray, stood cornered by a much larger 8th grader. The boy's grin was cruel, too confident, the kind that came from knowing you were the loudest presence in the room. He shoved her tray off the table with the back of his hand. Food splattered across the floor. The girl's breath hitched, lips trembling. Ethan stepped forward instantly. The bully leaned in, voice dripping arrogance. "What's wrong, princess? Daddy forget to teach you how to defend yourself?" The girl flinched at the word, princess. Ethan's jaw tightened. He crossed the room in long, firm steps. "That's enough," he said, voice low, controlled, but carrying enough command to make anyone with even half a brain freeze. The boy straightened and scoffed. "It's none of your..." Ethan's stare shut him up mid-sentence. "Apologize," he said. The bully's mouth opened again, probably ready to argue, but one look at Ethan's expression, calm but deadly serious, made him swallow whatever he planned to say. He muttered an apology, grabbed his backpack, and stormed off. The room exhaled with him gone. Ethan turned to the girl. "Are you hurt?" She shook her head. She was maybe 10, maybe 11. Big hazel eyes, soft features, expensive shoes that didn't match the quiet way she carried herself. She spoke barely above a whisper. "Thank you. He does that almost every day." Ethan crouched down. "Not anymore." She hesitated, then said, "I'm Arya." "Ethan," he introduced himself gently. "Let me help you clean this up." But before he could stand, a voice came from behind him. "Mr. Walker." Principal Hayes approached, clearly flustered and red in the face. "I need you in my office. Immediately." Ethan frowned. "Is something wrong?" Hayes looked at Arya, then back at him with something uneasy in his expression. "Yes, quite a lot, I'm afraid." Arya tugged at Ethan's sleeve, eyes wide with worry. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you in trouble." "You didn't," Ethan assured her before following the principal. Inside the office, Hayes shut the door. "Do you realize who that girl is?" Ethan blinked. "Her name is Arya. She was being bullied." "She's not just Arya." Hayes paced as though trying to steady his nerves. "She's Arya Kincaid." Ethan stiffened. Kincaid. That name he knew. Everyone knew it. Marcus Kincaid, billionaire defense contractor, owner of Kincaid Industries, a man whose name carried weight in every government office from the Pentagon to state legislature. Powerful, ruthless, feared. Hayes continued. Her father requested a private, ultra-secured environment for her. He didn't want her drawing attention. And if he hears a report saying one of my staff had to intervene in a bullying incident involving his daughter, you and I will both be out of a job. Ethan felt something cold settle in his chest. "So we should have just ignored it." "That's not what I'm saying," Hayes insisted. "Look, Mr. Walker, just be careful. This isn't a regular parent we're talking about. Marcus Kincaid destroys entire companies with one phone call. And his daughter, his only child, gets bullied on school grounds. He'll blame the staff. He always does." Ethan inhaled slowly, evenly. "My job is to protect kids. I won't apologize for doing it." Before Hayes could respond, the office door burst open. A tall man in a charcoal suit, two earpieces visible just beneath his hairline, stepped inside. A bodyguard. Another followed behind him. Ethan felt every muscle in his body prepare for trouble without conscious thought. "Which one is Mr. Walker?" the first guard demanded. Hayes pointed at Ethan. Ethan folded his arms. "Can I help you, Mr. Kincaid would like a word," the guard said. "Now." Ethan's heart thudded once. Hard, but he nodded. "Lead the way." They walked down the main hall toward the administrative side entrance, where a long black SUV waited. Standing beside it, hands clasped behind his back, was Marcus Kincaid himself. Tall, broad-shouldered, steely eyes sharp enough to cut through steel. Arya ran to him. "Daddy." He knelt, embracing her carefully. "Are you all right?" She nodded. "The boy was mean, but Mr. Walker helped me." Kincaid's gaze rose to Ethan. It was the kind of look that sized a man up, measured him, dissected him in seconds. "You're the security guard?" Kincaid asked. "Ethan Walker," Ethan replied evenly. "You confronted a student who was targeting my daughter." "Yes, sir." Kincaid studied him a long moment. "Why?" "Because she needed help," Ethan answered simply. "No child deserves to be treated like that." A slow, unreadable expression crossed Kincaid's face. "Most people don't interfere. They fear consequences." His eyes hardened. "You didn't." "No." Kincaid nodded once, a gesture that carried the weight of approval. "Good." Hayes, pale and sweating behind them, whispered, "Good." Kincaid ignored him. Instead, he said, "Mr. Walker, come by my office tomorrow morning. I have a proposal for you." He placed a hand gently on Arya's back. "A personal one." Ethan frowned. "Why me?" "Because," Kincaid replied, "if you defend my daughter without knowing who she is, you're the kind of man I want protecting her when I'm not around." The SUV doors opened. Arya gave Ethan a shy little wave before climbing in. Kincaid paused before entering. His next words were low, intentional. "And Mr. Walker, I know your record. Army Special Operations. Commendations for bravery." His eyes softened just slightly. "You're wasting your talent breaking up cafeteria squabbles." Without waiting for a response, he stepped into the vehicle, and it drove away. Ethan stood there, stunned. He'd defended a little girl, nothing more, nothing less. And now her father, the most powerful man in the state, wanted him. For what? Ethan didn't know. But deep down, he sensed one thing clearly. His life was about to change. Forever.